The New Orleans Saints have just made a move that signals exactly how high the stakes are for our defense this coming season. After watching Alontae Taylor walk away in free agency, the front office knew they couldn't just sit on their hands and hope for the best in the secondary. I have been tracking the developments inside the facility, and the signing of Martin Emerson feels like a calculated gamble that could either solidify our backfield or leave us searching for answers when the games truly matter for our proud team. Martin Emerson is now officially a member of the Black and Gold, and his arrival comes at a time when the defensive backfield is undergoing a massive transformation. This young man brings a specific physical profile that our coaching staff absolutely loves, standing at 6'2" and weighing over 200 pounds. He has already played 50 games in this league over 3 seasons and started 33 of those contests, so he is not coming in as a raw prospect. However, the big question hanging over this signing is his health, because he missed the entire last season after suffering a devastating torn Achilles tendon during training camp. Before that injury, he was a key piece of a Cleveland Browns defense that ranked number 1 against the pass in 2023. The Saints were aggressive in bringing him in for a visit, and he chose New Orleans over returning to Cleveland or joining the Houston Texans. This move is a direct response to losing Alontae Taylor to the Tennessee Titans last month, which left a massive void in our secondary that the draft didn't fully address. While we took Lorenzo Styles and TJ Hall in the later rounds, history shows that rookies rarely step in and start for this team right away. In fact, we haven't had a late-round pick start more than 2 games as a rookie since the legendary Marks Colston back in 2006. That is why this signing is so vital. Right now, Kool-Aid McKinstry is a near lock to start on one side, and we are looking for someone to step up across from him. We have Quincy Riley, who showed some promise as a rookie, and veterans like Isaac Yiadom, who has 34 career starts under his belt. We also have Rejon Wright coming back from injury, plus Julian Blackmon, who provides some flexibility as a safety who can slide into the slot. But the addition of a tall, physical corner like this changes the math for our defensive coordinator. This is about finding stability in a room that was suddenly very thin, and it shows that the front office is willing to take risks on high-upside players to keep us competitive in a tough division that demands excellence on every single snap of the game. When you look at what this defender did before the injury, it is easy to see why the Saints were so quick to pull the trigger on a deal. During that dominant 2023 season, he was an absolute ball hawk, racking up 4 interceptions and 14 passes defensed, while helping lead the best pass defense in the entire NFL. He is the kind of player who uses his massive wingspan to disrupt passing lanes and make life miserable for smaller receivers. Even in 2024, when his production dipped slightly before the injury, he was still a workhorse who played in 77% of the defensive snaps and recorded 80 tackles. This shows a level of durability and consistency that we desperately need in New Orleans right now. The transition from Alontae Taylor to this new arrival is fascinating because they were drafted in the same year, only 19 spots apart. Now, he has the chance to prove that he was the better long-term investment. His length and size allow him to play a physical brand of football that matches the identity of our defense. He doesn't just wait for the ball to come to him. He attacks it and fights for every inch on the field. Imagine him lined up on the outside while the young stars like our second-round pick handle the other side. This could create a tandem that shuts down those deep threats from our rivals in the NFC South. The impact on the locker room cannot be overstated either. Bringing in a veteran who has seen what it takes to be part of a number 1 ranked unit brings a certain level of expectation and professional grit to the building. The younger players will look to him to see how he prepares and how he recovers from adversity. If he can recapture that 2023 magic, he won't just be a replacement. He could be a significant upgrade that makes our defense feared once again. We have seen players come back from Achilles injuries before and regain their explosive speed. And if he is one of them, the rest of the league is going to regret letting him walk into our building for a visit today, because he truly is a unique talent on the perimeter. The reason this signing is so important boils down to one simple thing. We need to win games right now. In the NFL, you are only as good as the players who can stop the pass, and without a reliable veteran across from our young talent, we would be in big trouble. This move helps us avoid the nightmare scenario of having to rely on an unproven rookie to guard some of the best receivers in the world during the most important moments of the season. If this veteran can step in and play at a high level, it means our secondary will be much stronger. making it harder for opposing quarterbacks to find an open man. This leads to more punts, more turnovers, and more opportunities for our offense to get the ball back. It is about creating a sense of security for the entire team. When the pass rush knows the secondary has their back, they can play faster and more aggressively. When the coaches know they have a reliable corner, they can call more diverse plays and take more risks. This signing is a clear signal that the team is not looking to rebuild. They are looking to reload and contend for a title. We have seen in the past how one weak link in the defensive backfield can ruin a whole season, especially in close games that come down to a single play in the fourth quarter. By adding a player with this much starting experience, we are putting a safety net under our entire defense. It gives us the depth we need to survive the long, grueling season where injuries are always a threat. This could be the difference between winning 12 games and finishing with a losing record. For every Saints fan who remembers the heartbreak of a late-game passing touchdown, this move should provide some much-needed peace of mind. It is a direct investment in our ability to close out games and keep our playoff hopes alive. We are not just looking for a body to fill a spot. We are looking for a winner who can help us get back to the top of the mountain and bring pride back to New Orleans for all our fans who love this historic team. There are two very different paths this story could take, and that is where the tension lies for every fan watching this situation. In the best-case scenario, the recovery from the Achilles injury is a total success, and we see the player who dominated the league in 2023. In that world, he becomes a lockdown corner who takes away half the field, allowing our star second-round pick to thrive on the other side. Our defense becomes an elite unit again, leading the league in interceptions and making the Superdome a place where opposing offenses go to die. We would look back at this April signing as the steal of the year, a brilliant move by the front office to find a starting caliber player for a bargain price. The energy in the stadium would be electric as we watch him break up pass after pass. But we have to be honest about the other side of the coin. If the injury has taken away his suddenness and his ability to turn and run with fast receivers, we could be in for a long year. A cornerback who can't move is a liability that every smart offensive coordinator will target on every single drive. If he struggles, the pressure on the rest of the secondary becomes unbearable, and we could see the defense crumble under the weight of big plays. We've seen it happen before, where a veteran signing just doesn't have the same fire or physical ability after a major surgery. The stakes are incredibly high because we didn't use high draft picks to find another option. If this doesn't work, we are left scrambling for help in a market that will be empty by the time the season starts. This is a high-wire act with no safety net. Every practice report and every preseason snap will be scrutinized to see if he still has that burst. The difference between a championship-level defense and a mediocre one might rest entirely on the health of one man's heel. It is a gamble that will define the early part of our season and determine if we can truly compete with the heavy hitters in the NFC. We are all holding our breath, hoping for the best but knowing the risks clearly. At the end of the day, the New Orleans Saints have made a bold choice by bringing in Martin Emerson to replace Alontae Taylor. It is a move that brings both immense potential and significant risk to our defensive backfield. We are looking at a player who has reached the highest levels of success in this league but is now fighting to prove he can still be that same elite athlete after a major injury. The depth chart is thin, and the expectations are sky high, leaving very little room for error as we move toward training camp. I want to hear from you because your voice matters to the Who Dat Nation. Be honest with me, do you feel comfortable trusting a player coming off a torn Achilles to be our primary starter on the outside? Or would you have rather seen the team take a bigger swing in the draft to secure the future of our secondary? Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. If you want the most in-depth Saints coverage and inside access, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a beat right here on this channel.